everyone, so welcome to today's video. We are doing my foundation routine that I have been doing pretty consistently. I have been coming up here to do my makeup even if I'm not filming almost every single day because I just can't get enough of these products. I just love the way the skin looks. It's dewy, it's radiant, it's healthy, it's not shimmery except for the areas that I use a specific highlighter that has a bit of shimmer to it, but it is the most beautiful highlighter that I've ever used. I'm sharing with you guys a new product that I've been testing out for quite some time now that gives you literally, it's like a filter for your skin, and it's absolutely beautiful and it's worth the pricey price tag. But I'm going to share with you guys how I get this complexion. Everything is light, everything is thin in layers just to create this beautiful look. So I hope you will enjoy it. The eyes and the lips are in a separate video, so today's just my foundation routine and my under eye routine that I feel like this combo of two products for under the eye is just pure magic. So I hope you will enjoy it, and if you want to see it, then just keep watching. The first thing that I have been doing to prep my eye area is using the Tula Rose Glow and Get It. It's a cooling stick. This one is the pink one with a bit of shimmer. And I just take this right up under the eye and kind of go back and forth a few times, and it's nice and cooling, and you will see that it leaves behind a bit of a sheen. Then I take my finger and I just blend it, make sure I get this outer corner where sometimes I do get some dryness. So this next product is the one that I feel like gives me the prettiest looking skin to start with before using foundation. And it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. I have been using this, and I haven't mentioned it or shared it. I didn't even talk about it in a haul video or anything. I've been trying to test this out. I have the shade One Fair. They have several different shades, and they recently came out with new ones as well. And this is so pretty. It gives you a pretty glow without it being glittery, sparkly, where you can actually notice it's like if you're looking at your skin, like, oh, I can see shimmer. That's not what this is like. This is completely different, and I feel like this is what starts prepping my skin and does some magic for my skin. So I don't like using the doe foot applicator. It's a huge one. You can swipe it across your face if you'd like, but I prefer to use the back of my hand for hygienic purposes. I have washed my hands prior to filming, dot it around, and then I'm going to start blending this in, and it does give you this beautiful kind of glow, and it makes your skin look just beautiful. And I have been enjoying a very glowy, dewy complexion, so that's what you're going to be seeing today. And it just looks so dang pretty. You can use this on its own. You can use it with foundation, mix it in to foundation, use it with your skincare, last step of your skincare routine for the day. It just is such a beautiful product, and I absolutely love it. It is pricey, but it is Charlotte Tilbury, so it comes with the name. So I'm going to go back in for just a little bit more, and hopefully the camera is picking up the effect that this is giving me, so that you guys can see that this is just so beautiful. Okay, so for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I have the shade 2 Neutral, and I have been using other foundations trying to give my Charlotte Tilbury one a break, but I just love this foundation. It looks so pretty, and I'm going to use my Beauty Bakery Blending Egg. This one is a little different than the Beauty Blender. It's got a flat bottom to it and the classic pointed side. So I'm going to use the flat bottom, and I just did one pump. And I'm going to try to not overload my skin with too much foundation because I want to see that healthy kind of glow coming through. And then I'm just going to use that bottom flat side to start kind of pushing this into the skin and just bouncing around the foundation until it's blended. And as you can see, as I'm working and blending this in, it just looks so pretty on the skin, and it has like this beautiful kind of natural glow, like if my skin was just healthy and I had a nice facial and my skin is just glowing, which I like. So I'm going to go in with just a pinch more right here because I do have some scarring that I like to cover. So now I need to do my under eye area, and I'm going to use my color corrector first. And this is the combo that I have been using like 4 days straight, and I try to mix my products up and use different things every time I sit down and do my makeup, but I love this combo. So the first step is the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, and I have the shade 1 Fair, and I'm going to use a little bit of that with my ring finger and just kind of tap that in, and the warmth of my finger is going to melt this product into my skin, and it's going to create a nice even and smooth base for the concealer. And I just adore this product. I've talked about this in my video comparing it to Bobbi Brown. If you haven't seen it, I will link it in the cards for you to go check it out. But the concealer, the Magic Away, is one of my favorites. I have the shade 3 Fair, and I have been using it. As you can see already, it's starting to kind of travel up through the window, so you can see that I've been using it a lot. And it comes with a doe foot applicator. If I can get the cap off, this one's a little tricky. There we go. It comes with like a pointed doe foot applicator. You just twist the product and it comes up through the top. And I just kind of stipple this because I have that corrector on. I don't want to lift that too much. I start with a little bit. Use my beauty sponge to blend this in. And I'm telling you, this combo together is so good. And then I take whatever's left and I go over my brow bone, because I do have a lot of veining. My whole body's like a road map. You should see my belly. I have so many veins. You can see them all. Okay, so that is concealer and corrector done. I do set this with a little bit of translucent powder. The one I've been using is the Hourglass translucent setting powder, the veil. I forget what it's called. It's like a long name, but I do use that under the eyes so that this does not crease on me. Even though I did do thin layers, I always like to use setting powder just to ensure that this isn't going to move. So I'm going to do that and also work on my brows because I look a little crazy. And then I'll be back to show you the rest of my routine. So now that we have brows out of the way, the next thing is the bronzer, the kind of glowy highlight that I have been just absolutely loving. So I have a few products that I have been using as of late that I have really enjoyed. And 2 of them are from Charlotte Tilbury. The first one is the contour wand. I have it in the shade medium deep. I think this was the only one that's available. I think the Fair Light, or is it light medium, the lighter shade, whatever it's called, is been out of stock for a long time. And this one has that sponge tip that you just kind of dot around and then you blend it. It's a very pigmented product, but it blends very well, and I like this whole setup with the tube and the applicator. The other one is the Hollywood Beauty Light wand, and this is in the shade called Spotlight, and this is unreal. The glow is just absolutely beautiful. I think hands down this has got to be my favorite liquid highlighter that I've ever used. I have lots of highlighters that I love. Highlighter is my thing. I love using it. I wear it every day. But this liquid form is just, it's unreal. And mine has like a big old glob on it because I've been using it and it's got some on the inside, but it's so pretty. And I actually use some of this on the back of my hand because I did twist too much up, so I don't want to waste it. I'm going to show you what this looks like today, but I do want to use a little bit of kind of like a glowy ethereal powder, and for that I always go into my Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette that came out this season, I think a few months back. I use this white one in the center under the eyes, right here in the center of the face. Use some of these for highlighting. I've used these as blush, and it's just a beautiful formula. So I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to start by finding a brush because I can't do this without a brush. I like to use a pointed brush like this. This is the ColourPop F32, and I'm going to go into that light white shade in this palette, and I go underneath the eye, and I pull that down here. So it's going to act as a bit of a setting powder right in this area here. But this is so beautiful, and this light one is called Dim Light is number 1. The light one is called Diffused Light. It's a finishing powder. I always get dim light and diffused light confused, but I take a little bit of this here, take a little bit through the center of my forehead, and again, this is not going to be very noticeable. It just gives this beautiful health and glow to the skin, and that's what I'm all about, instead of seeing like shimmer particles, because you're not going to get that with these from Hourglass. They do have others that are much more intense, but not with this one that I'm using. And I just love using this kind of like a finishing powder, as it's called. I do take this on the back of my hand sometimes, but you can just kind of do one of these numbers and just dot it around, and just know that you have to kind of blend and work quickly with this product. And I'm going to use my sponge to start blending and working this in, and I start temples. As you can see, that just blends out so beautifully, and it is a nice kind of warm tone, but it works even though it's medium deep. I would never purchase medium deep contour, and I was a little skeptical, but this is something that's been on my radar for a very, very long time, and I'm like, I want to try that so bad. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to just do it. And then the light one is always sold out, so just gonna I'm gonna take some on the back of my hand for my cheeks, because I feel like I'm going to get too much product. But this works so beautifully over the foundation, and I've used this over my tinted moisturizer. I've used this over other foundations, high-end and drugstore. I've had this product for a little bit of time now, just to kind of get familiar with it and kind of get used to this whole setup here with it being a doe foot applicator. And the first time I twisted up too much product and I made a mess. But it's such a good product. I love it. I'm just using the bottom side of my sponge to kind of blend this in, and it's still slightly damp, and I feel like that helps with the blending and also distributing the product the beauty wand, because this is just, it's beautiful. So I'm going to take that glob that I have already kind of coming out, and I'm going to use that from the back of my hand. And you can use a brush, which I will show you that. You can use your fingers, a beauty sponge, whatever you want. And let me just show you. This right here is everything. And then I go over it just a little bit with my finger to make sure it's really well blended. And you can go overboard with this and have it very intense, but I think, why not? It is just so beautiful. I wore this for our Christmas photos. I wore this for a Christmas Eve dinner. I wore it just for the heck of it because I wanted to. And I just cannot get enough of it. Like, I've been wearing this so much recently, and it's just, it's such a yummy color. And it's, I think, pretty perfect. And she did come out with a couple other shades, some rose gold ones, some more golden ones. She has one that's, I think, the Pillow Talk. She's known for that. And we're going to chat about that Pillow Talk quad in another video. Do you see that glow and that radiance? And I take some through the brow bone. Whatever's left, take some more. Cupid's bow. I have used my beauty sponge to kind of apply to the tops of my cheekbones, brow bone. It works with a beauty sponge that's been slightly damp. Brush, fingers. If you want to use it from this applicator, if you kind of twist slowly when you first get it, you'll be fine. But I absolutely love it. Like, I just cannot get enough of this. This is like the most gorgeous liquid highlighter I have ever used, ever. And I've used many. So, so pretty. And then all I'm doing is using some of my e.l.f. Putty Blush. This is the Turks and Caicos. This is so pretty and so easy to work with. I just adore this product as well. But these products are just, they're awesome. And I had to share it with you guys because this routine I just absolutely love from start to finish. And I don't think I've ever had a routine that I just love everything about it and not like nitpick and wish, I wish my primer was a little bit better, a little bit more hydrating. I wish the foundation blended better. I wish this looked better. This all looks so, so beautiful, and it just looks like perfection on the skin. All right, so that is my routine as of lately. I have been enjoying extra dewy, kind of glowy skin without looking like I have a lot of shimmer. You will see more of a sheen in the areas that I use the highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury, but the rest of the face, it just looks like my skin is in the best place possible. It's healthy, it's radiant, it's glowing naturally, and I love that. And I do think that it has a lot to do with the Hollywood Flawless filter. And I'm just so glad that I finally picked this up and I caved. It's a pretty pricey product, but I absolutely love it, and I think that it just gives you such a beautiful base to start with before applying any other foundations, whether it's a cream foundation, a liquid, a stick, powder foundations, tinted moisturizers, BB creams, CC creams. It just looks so beautiful underneath anything. And I have tried this underneath my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue tinted moisturizer. I almost said primer. I've used this under my Milani foundation. I've used this with just light dusting of mineral foundation as well, and it just looks so pretty. So I think this creates magic on the skin, and I absolutely love it. So I had to share it with you, and I've been really loving that. And I just feel like the whole complexion looks glowy and dewy. I think the prep beforehand is important as well, especially for me because I have dry skin, and my skin, you don't see any dryness, you don't see any dry patches, any flaking or anything with this routine, and I think that's the reason why I love it so, so much. So everything is going to be listed for you down below. I know I've been talking quite a bit through this video, walking you through my steps in my routine, but I hope you found this helpful. I hope you will try it out. If you have any tips that you want to share with me, anything about your foundation routine that you want to share, please let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the video. It helps me out, lets me know that you like the content that I'm posting. You can follow me on Instagram as well. It's always on the screen. I hope to see you there, and I will see you in my next video.